I'm not up. Greetings, everybody. Welcome. I had to realize that the one I unmuted was you guys and not me. They rearranged my order on when I upgraded OBS because it's been like forever. I didn't realize they rearranged their order. But yeah, welcome. Welcome. Records of Evil. Am I frozen again?
Pretty epic.
If looks like I'm frozen on the stream.
Oh, on the stream.
Yeah, on the
Can
stream.
you check if I'm frozen on the stream?
Yeah,
it does
you
look like
are.
you're frozen on the stream, yeah.
Grand. So, oh wait, no. Worm's moving. I'm not.
No, I'm moving, you're not.
Oh hey, I'm moving now. I turned myself on and off again and it worked. Why?
Things
Why?
are going great, chat.
That might have had something to do with it.
We're
having a great day today.
Where everything all of a sudden broke briefly for no apparent
Finally,
reason.
after an hour, all the technical difficulties are over.
This is fine. This is fine. We're fine.
Insert
Alright.
picture of flaming dog in flaming room.
Yes.
We are absolutely not on fire.
Everything's fine. Don't.
Do
There's
not
nothing.
mind
Nothing to
I
see here.
mean, technically speaking, your characters are kind of on fire in a horrible, like, deadly
Yeah, we
desert.
are we're in a hell basically.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
also known as Australia.
I forgot.
Now, it's not Australia. It's a reasonable facsimile of it called Osse, so that my terrible Australian-ish accent is not offensive to anybody because it's not a real
Yeah.
one. It's an Ossian accent.
It's a canonically accurate accent.
Good day! Right, I've been talking like this a lot, and it's totally the correct accent for this area. Don't mind it.
It's perfectly fine.
It's perfectly fine. Why does that say that there on this? What? Oh, God, I don't understand anything now. Anyway, oh, that's what I'm highlighting, probably. Oh, God. It's all on fire. It's all on fire. So, yes, if you...
Just another day.
Probably no one remembers it.
Oh, it's like one of the things. Is one of the things on your screen outlined in yellow?
No. I just realized that, like, when I'm clicking on a source, it tells me what source I'm clicked on somewhere else in OBS now, which confused me. And I'm like, why is it saying that there? That makes no sense. And then I'm like,
Can you tell it's been a month, chat?
oh God.
Wow.
But yes, lots of updates in the technical terms. I updated OBS. I got a new monitor, so I had to readjust everything. But that's okay. Everybody's here to enjoy some Lawful Evil D&D. If you remember at all, which I doubt anybody does, they were in Osse. They're going to a nice place referred to as, oh my God, this openings map may hopefully not crash it.
Oh no, the map, right? This giant ass map.
This giant ass map, which its opening, I think, technically murdered everything.
That's great.
I think that started a cascade effect of like, okay, now I'm like processing this and it's breaking everything else. Anyway, they're in the Ulatara Wastes, and they're going to the veins of the world, which they're a good chunk of the way there. And
Anyway,
they got
I
this...
just posted in chat the summary of what happened last time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see this without messing with the cameras. Too bad, everybody's gonna enjoy camera messes. Oh yeah, It's King Kong versus Godzilla, yeah. Accurate. But yes, giant, like, dragon, turtle, monstrosity of ice versus lava monkey. And it was epic and world-shattering, and I think you were cowering somewhere when we last left off.
We're in a cave,
You're in a
cave.
cave, yeah.
observing from a
Watch.
safe distance.
I think what happened is they basically, through their mass elemental catastrophe, created a giant storm that we're now sheltering from.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they themselves stopped fighting, but there's now a giant storm raging.
A giant bird stopped it?
Oh yeah, I forgot! Rayquaza came down and stopped it.
Yes.
You're right. That's what we were comparing it to last time. It's just Pokemon. Pokemon battle.
Because it was...
We have to get our own Pokemon.
Cryorax was the ice thing, Obsidian was the monkey, and I think was it Tussin was the bird, maybe?
I think so. Maybe.
I didn't write down the names of those things, sadly.
I did.
I've got them in chat, but I'd have to check to make sure. I know the Obsidian because it's supposed to be like that was Obsidian, and Cryorax because it was ice. That's why I kind of chose those.
I wrote the names down, but I didn't write any descriptions for them down.
Look, when you use a random name generator and you see some things that stand out, you're like, that one, that kind of sounds like ice. That's totally ice monster. That one that sounds like it could be obsidian and fire. That's totally the lava monster. Obsidian, great.
Honestly, I just kind of trust you guys to make the notes because I cannot latch onto
Like
anything important.
I do have notes, but
I'm glad someone does.
My notes are mostly detailed.
I got notes somewhere too, but they've been buried, and I probably should get them out for this game. But we're okay right now.
It's already cursed enough.
Yeah.
We're working with it. We're working with it. So yeah. So like these three great beasts kind of had their battle it out. You know, things were interrupted. They've parted their ways, but there's like a severe kind of rainstorming and flooding and stuff. You know. The ice creature creating lots of ice and like around, then like having it melt in a very hot environment, with also then lava beast creating like cracks of obsidian and lava boiling in places. Just messed with the natural order a lot in this region, at least right now. So it's a raging storm going on outside. You can hear the vehicles kind of like rocking in the wind, but fortunately, since you're kind of in like a area where I said it was kind of like a cul-de-sac of like material that seemingly has been falling off of like a mesa and kind of creating like rocks on the side of a mesa as being eroded away, is enough to kind of shelter things, so you're fairly certain the vehicles won't get blown away in severe weather unless like something like a tornado comes down upon you, which that's a different problem entirely. Because you are in a cave, but who knows what night got like blown in here then. Blown in here? Whatever. My English is terrible today, as usual. So yeah, there's like severe storm going on. What do all of you want to do? Sandworm is busy kind of like getting together like a fire. He kind of gathering together some base materials that he was already gathering as much as he could from outside the kind of cave area. He's gonna be like, I don't know if there's gonna be enough to last the night. Too right, this is a big old battle. Been a while since I've seen those tossers fight down like that. Pretty epic when I see it. Why?
I suppose so. Docs will just play an instrument and maybe lighten the mood a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anybody doing anything else in the meantime? Okay. So, kind of like, as things are getting towards, like, you're letting the storm run through and it gets towards actual night, Sandworm will kind of set up, like, a little campfire, as you can feel it definitely, like, the storm is beginning to pass. But there's like a chill in the night air then, definitely, as like most deserts, it has that like vast drop in temperature, and you can feel the chill coming in. Not enough quite to like ice over any of the water, but there is like that little bits of like, you know, flecks of frost in areas that are protected and kind of things like that. As it just hovers into like the like low, if you're talking Fahrenheit, low 40s, high 30s kind of thing, temperature. Celsius probably like 3 to 5. I don't know. That's about it, accurate.
Cold.
It's cold. There's a heavy chill in the air. It still sounds windy out, is the thing. Like, so there's still like a wind blowing that you can hear, just like rocking. Like you can hear the rocking of the vehicles. You can hear it like whipping by the cave entrance, kind of making strange noises. But the rains have stopped at this point in time. Oh, you're borking out a little bit again.
Oh no.
It's okay now, but for a brief second, I got a little bit. And I'm still freezing up in Discord a little bit.
As long as it works somewhat.
Yeah.
I'll have to play around with things. I'll have to see what's going on after we're done. But oh boy,
In this beautiful not Australia world.
yeah, not Australia. Totally more deadly and dangerous than Australia. Take that, Australia.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, there was a giant turtle. Those don't exist in Australia.
No. They have. Oh god, just gonna
Yep.
do my best to give you as much stuff.
Foot-sized spiders. That's what they got.
Hmm?
You know, if there are giant spiders in Faerun, what
I
are
think
the
we
giant
saw
spiders
one.
look like in Osse?
I think it was like the size of a building.
Yeah.
It was big.
They're
I think
big.
we
Mhm.
But basically just a normal huntsman spider.
Mhm.
Once everyone's kind of gone to sleep, I guess, Docs is gonna sit and just sort of think about some things and have a little psychic chat with this sword.
Okay. All right. What do you want to chat about with the sword?
Docs wants to learn about what this creature actually is, and maybe a little bit of like its history. If such a creature would say such information.
Give me a charisma save.
Charisma save. Oh boy.
Yes.
Where's mine? Oh, I closed my character. Goddamn. I closed the wrong tab.
That
Next.
happens.
A save or a check?
Save.
Okay. Fuck's sake.
All right. It'll effectively be like, all you need to know is the mission.
Man, I'm supposed to be the talky charisma person. I rolled a nat 1.
You
Again
did roll a
on
nat
the
I
one.
do want to
Charisma
say
save.
that, and Nat 1 was a 10 for you, so...
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the second charisma save this has happened with.
Mhm.
A 10 would still save against some things.
But it's still
I guess-
probably bad because it's in that one, yeah.
Mhm.
It depends on how the GM reacts to it. Sometimes.
Well, haven't gotten no information from Mr. Sword.
Yeah.
Docs will again just sort of.
No.
Good.
It's that you didn't get no
Oh.
information. You got
Oh,
all the
yeah.
information you required.
All the information I need from the sword.
Yes, all the information you need.
Such a good and loving master. Docs will try to sleep.
Okay. All right. Well, as the morning will come, it's still a little windy out. There's actually you can hear a kind of like a roaring noise off in the distance. It sounds like easily at first it kind of deceives you, but you can begin to realize that it's the rushing of water. Sandworm's already going to be up and getting things together. It's like, oh, I thought you were all going to sleep in.
I don't really do that, if I'm honest.
Well, we can get our way, but it's going to be a little dangerous. We can't take the normal route we're going to take right now. We're pretty close to where we were going to turn off, but the old stream bed is actually a stream right now, and a quite raging one. So we ain't crossing that, not until the water's clear, which could take days. We can head a little bit farther south. As you kind of motion for anybody that's up to come over, as he's on top of the front of his vehicle, he kind of spreads out a loose drawn map, Seems like something that, like someone kind of hand drew. And he's kind of point out, see, we're in this area around here. The riverbed goes for about 20 more miles southwest from here, kind of. Now, there's an area around here where we could try to ford it. Or we could keep going until it gets out of the area. But longer we travel, the more dangerous it is. And we're going to be more in the open. We're using a stream bed for some basic cover. Granted, most of the things around here probably not going to look at us for food. But some of the things that are, even the large things, are quite territorial. And even something the size of our vehicle might interfere with their territories. That's a thing to worry about. As we can see yesterday, territories shift and then battles occur. So we're not sure whose territory is where right now.
Well, either or, it's better than sitting in this cave and starving to death.
I mean, I got a big centipede on the fire. They ain't great eating, but they're fine. As you can see, over a spit over the fire is a large 6 foot long centipede that's been chopped into pieces and is kind of roasting.
I feel like we are constantly having to eat
weird things,
and I hate it.
You're welcome.
It's at some point we're always just gonna have to eat freaking bugs, dude. It's the third or fourth time this has happened.
Well, that was an easy one to catch. If you want some of the small reptiles.
Purcell loves
mammals.
the exotic meats.
Mm-hmm.
well, it's not the worst thing I've eaten.
Really?
Oh, it's the worst thing I've eaten.
Oh
What was that?
Was
I feel
that
like a
crazy?
I think that was supposed to be. Why'd she suddenly turn into a
I
tiny
thought she was-
Australian child?
No, she's Cockney. She's Cockney. There's two. I wasn't going to say two right there, but you made me slip into Australia there for a second. Oh, it's just a fine thing going on right now. I'm just eating some good food, and it's just I'd rather have some great things back from home. Good old Callum
Can we have Scottish just back?
No,
I don't know
no.
what I like.
Scottish chess only exists in Pathfinder now. This is 5e chess.
Coffee. Oh my lord.
I
That
have to
caught me really
Oh
off
my-
guard.
I have a different accent for every version of chess.
Oh,
Lord.
fuck.
Maybe I could try to do my bad New York accent for
No.
vampire
yeah.
chess.
Yeah, that, yeah.
As long as I don't have
Hey,
period,
I'm
I think I'm
walking
right.
here.
No.
I'm vamping here.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm dying.
You're welcome.
I was literally doing bad New York accents as a New Yorker yesterday night. And it was funny.
Uh,
I want to hear more of it.
The spice that would go great with this from home.
Yeah, yourself.
Self having the time of her life.
She really is.
Purcell loves the weird meats. She's had a lot since she's gotten here, and she's loving it.
Oh,
She's enjoying herself.
God. Docs won't complain about the food because the alternative is dying.
Yeah, Mishka will eat it. She's just not happy about having to eat it.
so I guess the plan is to follow the stream, and when we get to the ford, we'll see how it is. If it looks like we can cross it or not, or we're going to have to go all the way around it. Where the stream kind of generally ends. Which, if we're lucky, might be outside of the area that those things were fighting in. But that rainstorm caused some issues.
I'll be sure to prepare freedom of movement just in case.
Sounds
Or
great.
water walk. Water walk would be better, actually. No, freedom of movement because water walk is everything.
Water walk, you'd just be on a fast-moving, like, floor.
Yeah. To run on it like a treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
I
So-
forget, do bards repair spells? I've forgotten.
Yes!
Yeah, I have to prepare my spells really fast.
Yes. I gotta remember 5th edition to a degree, too.
I know they are bards prepare or pick.
I don't remember.
I think it kind of is prepare-y. It's the same as Sorcerer, but I can't remember for the life of me.
Well, sorcerers pick. Sorcerers, they can cast from the whole list. They just have to pick what they know.
No,
I think that's bards.
well, they pick what they know, and then they have a restricted kind of thing then, too. God damn it.
Bards, along with Sorcerer
Oh, it's
and
just- I
Warlock, do
think-
not
I think-
prepare spells. Okay.
So, yeah, you don't
Yeah,
prepare.
okay.
You just have a known list that you just
Okay.
know them, and then you don't... Oh, that's right, you don't have extra
That's
preparing. That's right.
That's what I meant by pick. They pick their spells, and that's what they know.
Alright. So you once again depart, with a lot of the signs of the battle of yesterday kind of being already gone. The areas where there were, like, pools of lava just look to be like rock outcroppings that are set into, like, the dirt, and already, like, seemingly, like, sunk into the dirt a little bit, too, especially with the rain and the storm, kind of, like, almost hiding them, making them look like just natural parts of it, and the ice being long gone from it. Like, you can see that already the area is beginning to, like, heat up and to dry out, and at this point in time, because you're so close to the stream, rather than the incredibly hot, dry heat, you have that incredible heat, but now you also have this level of humidity from the stream.
Oof.
So it is...
Doc is not having a good time with that.
It is much more awful traveling than it was.
Finally, some humid heat.
Mhm.
I was hating that dry heat.
I
you-
prefer the dry heat.
You can see that already, like, along the stream bed, along the side of it, there are, like plants have begun to pop up and stuff, too. Small ones have already begun to grow, and it looks like, you know, the storm has created some kind of growth of stuff in the area that's quite rapidly taking advantage of the current water. You'll pass by what looks to be a herd of a large kind of, probably like massive, kind of elephant-like creatures. They're kind of unusual as they have like 6 legs, kind of long trunks, but they don't have as defined a face as a normal elephant. They're quite unusual.
Very strange.
Eventually, though,
I typed in 6-legged elephant into Google.
Oh, no,
I'm
not
very
again.
disappointed. I'm very no. I'm not even gonna like share this one. Let's just say the 6th leg is a good 3rd leg joke among people.
Nice.
Gotcha. I both understand and ignore their joke.
Yeah, that's the joke right there.
Is a joke they made that they made.
Should not have.
This is an accuracy that exists. Anyway, things are relatively quiet, though, for the travels that you have, and eventually you'll be able to make it to the location that you were aiming for, which, of course, is this kind of ford in the river, where sandworm will kind of pull up to, like, the edge, where you can see that, like, the water seems to kind of hit down what looks to be like this kind of like almost like rock structure, and you can see where it kind of like arches in the river over the structure, so you can tell where it is. The structure looks pretty large and probably wide enough to like have a vehicle go across, but again, like, you know, it's going from the deep kind of stream that was maybe like kind of river-like actually now, with how it's been surging, of like probably at least 15 feet deep of water to maybe like 1 to 2. And the water is still moving relatively quick at this point in time.
Huh.
Can I cast freedom of movement on a vehicle?
I don't know.
What's the wording on the target?
Technically, it says a willing creature.
A vehicle is not a creature. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I figured.
Unless it was a
Unfortunately.
construct, then it'd be a creature.
Yeah.
Like that's what you need. That's what you need Transformers
Faerun
for.
needs self-driving cars so it can be considered a construct.
No, that's what you need Transformers for. Because then they're constructs that are vehicles.
Yeah. Oh boy. So what does like cast Metal Awakening?
I was thinking about that. I was like, that'd be a fun spell.
I lost what I was gonna say. Something about the crossing. What does it look like? Or structure, whatever.
You can roll survival if you want.
Survival. I'm so good at that.
I'm quite good at that.
I'm so good at surviving. Apparently, I'm decent at surviving.
You can
I can help survive, but I am only barely decent at it. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a +7 to survive.
Yeah, I have the same 3.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've got a +9 to my charisma save. We see how that's going.
So you'll kind of take a look at the river, and you can tell that the water is still moving at a pretty good pace. It would be dangerous to cross, probably, but not impossible for the vehicles. What's the best way to describe it? Like, I'd say that the water is moving at a pretty decent pace.
Okay.
No, again, like, it's going to be up to you to judge whether or not you actually want to try to cross in vehicles or to go around it. Like, going around it from the estimation, because it was like probably like maybe a few hours to get to here. From your estimation, like, Sand would be like, if we go around, it'd probably take us another day of travel. We've already lost some time from here because we were pretty close to where our turnoff was going to be if the big basties weren't there.
I'm going to cast Augury.
Okay. Just
boy.
I'll just click it.
all right. Cast my nature sticks by rolling bone.
So basically, we found a decent spot. What happens if we try to ford the river in our cars here?
Okay. All right. So, I think, yeah, it's a tough one to think about. You would probably get an omen from an otherworldly enter, the result of the specific course of action you plan to take. I think you're gonna get a woe result.
Seems something bad will happen if we try and cross here.
So I suppose we
I
just
guess
Now,
start
what
it?
what involves bad is up for debate, but something bad.
I suppose we
It could be as simple as our engine gets flooded with water, but we make it across, or it could be we get swept away downriver and lose our cars or something.
Yes. It would probably be best to go around.
Yeah.
Probably best to go around.
Take an extra die. As I said.
It's better than losing the vehicles, I guess, or possibly losing the vehicles.
Or even our lives.
Alright.
Well, it's quite true. All right then. Away we go. All right. So yeah, you'll begin to detour away from it. The unfortunate part about this trip is that you are still much more exposed to the outside.
Just thought of something I could have potentially done, but it's too late now.
Ooh.
I could have polymorphed into a big ass bird and carried things over. But too late now.
Womp womp.
That's what happens when you haven't looked at a character sheet for a month. Forget what spells you got.
This is true. This is very true. All right, so about you'll go through the
Oh, I'm an
trip.
idiot.
What?
Control water.
Hey, I'm not the only idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Well, I'm gonna say I didn't think to prepare it.
There you go.
Because I don't have it technically clicked on.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what was?
Control water.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Oops. Oh, have that spell.
Oops, all water.
Oops, all water.
Oops, all kaiju.
Oops, all kaiju. It'll get towards evening when you're gonna kind of get to an area where like the water is actually going to be kind of trickle away, but the stream bed will kind of trickle away too, and you can kind of make the turn and cross over where it was. So you've been following it for hours, for a good number of miles through this kind of like dusty terrain. The humidity's definitely dropped back down, as well as the temperature's dropped. So we're getting into like the cooler evenings already. You'll kind of make the turn of the river and begin to head kind of back northern route, kind of following back to where you were going to make your turn, and head towards the scar. The vein of the world. And you'll eventually, though, reach the point in time where you have to camp for the night. The unfortunate thing is it's going to be another day out where, like, this time, because of the river even, there really isn't a good place to camp. Sandworm's going to warn you, like, exposed like this, you're not going to want a fire. A fire in the stream beds when they're closed, it's not bad. Keeps the light mostly hidden from something directly. Indirect light, nothing somebody's going to worry about. But some of the things see fire, they come straight for it. It's going to be a cold night. I'd break out your blankets if you got them. As he breaks out some blankets for himself and settles down, like, actually outside of his vehicle, on the side of it, kind of like setting up a very loose, like not quite a tent site, but like kind of like a shelter. Kind of putting up a kind of tarp over top of his head, kind of attaching it to the side of his vehicle, putting down like a little almost like a cot bed kind of thing to get himself off the ground that he sets up.
Open, set up the trench, I guess.
Yeah, what do you all want to do? He's setting himself up. It is getting chilly. And again, like he's like, it's not a good position to have fire in. I'd avoid sleeping in the vehicles too. It'll get very cold.
Guess Docs will just set up his place to sleep.
Okay. Why don't you either give me like a definitely a survival check would be fine if you wanted to use like try to natural things in the area, or if you're just gonna basically improvise something, give me like intelligence to just improvise a shelter for materials that you have in your car.
Well, I'll have to give a survival check because that's the higher number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, try to set stuff up.
Finally roll well. Jesus.
Oh, that's okay. So because like I have to use this too. Nice.
Okay.
Probably the.
He's right.
This is where I roll one.
Yeah, this is the nat one from you. Faring better than Mishka.
Yeah.
Our druid.
Oh, hey, look.
Listen, she does
No, this is how you do it.
nature.
This is how you do it. You have to find those things like this.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna clip this and send it to Jess.
Say, you gotta use the branches like this. This is the proper way to protect yourself. Now I'm gonna be warm like snogging a bug in this blanket.
Oh my.
You'll improvise some kind of basic shelter out of the materials at hand, kind of throwing them together next to your vehicle, using that as at least like an extra wall or something. Will it be great? It'll be okay. I am gonna want a Constitution save from everyone though.
Con save.
A con save.
Save.
Docs, you will have advantage on that save.
Okay. Con save. My sheet up.
No. Docs. No.
Oh, just kill me.
All right.
You tried.
This isn't Pathfinder roll 20. You're supposed to let me roll decent.
Okay, there you go. So yes, the only one that fares fairly well is Vercel.
Cold.
Vercel effectively,
And just like bury myself in the ground with my nose sticking out.
pretty much you figure out a way to like. It's probably not the most efficient way to technically, in quotations, survive, but you just by circumstance. Just
Actually,
being the fact that you are reptilian maybe helped you with what your decision was. It was an awful decision. I'm saying, like, you know, like kind of like effectively, yes, burying yourself in like the sand, but it worked for stupid reasons.
I mean, also probably just I'm a lizard, so slow metabolism and cold, and the heat wakes me up.
Yeah. Everybody else, you will get a level of exhaustion.
Cold, nice.
Or is it fatigue? I can't remember which one it is.
It's exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Yep. You're just kind of a little tired from it all. It's just not pleasant.
If you get 10 of these or 6 of these, you die.
Yeah. You don't really have a great
hard
sleep
stop,
trying to
something.
trying to keep like warm effectively, but you get a little rest. But when the morning comes, you know, you can feel like you're all a little chilled, probably not feeling a little awful, like not too terrible at this point in time.
Just so exhausted people are aware, disadvantage on all ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Who's exhausted?
Me and someone, either Thursday and I think someone else.
Okay.
I don't know. Definitely Docs and Thursday are
Yeah,
existing.
definitely.
The only one that made it was Vercel.
Oh, cool.
So everyone but Vercel and presumably the NPC man has disadvantage.
Yes.
Cool.
NPC
There's
man
actually
like
one.
plans for these things and had like a lot of had like 4 winter blankets that he wrapped himself up in, you know?
Docs is not a smart man. It's a desert. It's supposed to be hot. Why is it cold?
Yeah, no.
Did prepare for the heat and not the cold.
Yeah. You know, the other guy has like a car full of materials prepared for both like for a lot of circumstances that he got some stuff out for. So,
I'm going to.
dig yourself
let's
out of the
do it.
dirt.
I'm gonna. Well, I'm going to in the morning. I'm going to burn my I'll do it on the 2 players who are here. I'll burn my 2 5th level spells to reduce both your exhaustion levels by 1.
Oh, thank
Greater Restoration can reduce exhaustion by 1 level.
And what about me? Don't I have to
You'll
drive?
be fine. I'll drive for you.
Oh no.
So, what does that mean for the exhaustion disadvantage
You
stuff? Or
basi-
just-
Basically,
you just have no exhaustion now.
Oh, cool.
You roll normally now.
Hell yeah. I just wanted to make sure. You said by 1 level.
Yeah, by 1.
Yeah, but you gained 1 and then you lost 1.
Yeah,
It's just hard because that took both my 5th level spell slots for the day.
that's cool.
Anyway, so you'll depart for the day then and begin your journey, and something strange kind of is in your way. A couple hours into it, where you're kind of like traveling, you'll notice that like the ground in front of you is like almost like a mound. There's like a mound of like dirt, dust, and rock kind of in front of you. Sandworm will kind of like pull up and like kind of like stop for a second as you're kind of approaching the edge of it, and kind of like he's gonna kind of like look and like kind of like mention for all of you to stop. You know, he's like, "Strange one here. Careful about it.
Huh.
Doesn't look not quite like natural."
Go around it then? Or cross careful?
I'd say going around it would probably be better. Don't know for sure. It feels like it's a better idea.
Well, whatever's a little safer.
You'll kind of once again kind of like take wide berth around it, and as you're kind of taking wide berth around it, the ground will be able to begin to kind of shift and move.
Ooh.
As you will see then kind of bursting from the ground, this massive like insectile leg. Kind of like slam down, like right near both of your vehicles as they're kind of moving by.
Boy. How big we talking?
Probably it's like as an insect-like leg, its little foot probably would have squished your entire vehicle. At least one of them, maybe both of them with one hit, kind of thing. Biggins.
Such a big bug.
It is a big bug.
Actually, you know what I did? You know what I did last night? I used meld into stone just to merge with the ground. Just like...
I am one with Earth. Sounds good.
8 hours non-concentration, so
Mm-hmm.
it works in vampire.
Yes. I remember one of you was traveling with Sandworm, and he will make an exclamation. Yeah, an exclamation of basically like, "Holy crap!" You know, kind of thing. You know, like, as he's going to kind of like swerve a little bit because it's kind of like what's occurring. As he'll kind of then like you'll see another one of these legs kind of pop out as kind of like kind of emerging from the dirt and dust is a massive what looks to be it'd be equivalent to like a massive Hercules beetle or rhinoceros beetle.
Oh.
Good God.
The thing is insanely sized. Probably stretching up its body size, probably at least 150 tall to its shoulders. Towards where its back is.
How big?
Like 150 feet up towards back is.
That's gigantic.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of on these like large kind of like again like those kind of spindly bug legs, you know, that is kind of rising up. As then it will kind of like meander by the kind of area you're traveling, and as you're kind of still driving along, as like these feet are coming down. Whoever's driving, please give me a dexterity saving throw, or actually no, just I guess dexterity check. I don't know if you'd have proficiency. You know how to do it, but I don't know if... oh! Bracel, you're driving, aren't you?
Yes.
You can add your proficiency to it then. To a dexterity plus proficiency. So if you have like a skill that's dex proficiency, you can roll that.
Stealth is dex proficiency.
Yes. Alright, yeah, you kind of like swerve, manage to avoid these like legs as they're kind of like stomping down, you know, kind of in your area as you're driving along. As like dirt and debris kind of hit your car. You've got like the windshield wipers going, not to like knock off rain, but knock off like dust and dirt as this thing sort of gets up and starts wandering around. And it's not really heading your same direction, so eventually you'll kind of drive out from like under it. But it certainly was like a little bit of excitement you weren't really asking for. And all of you managed to
That was close.
You all right back there?
Yep, we're good.
Hell of a thing that was. Hell of a thing. Ugh. Think we made it through all right though.
Seems, well, I guess we're all safe, so let's just move on.
I'd say let's just keep going. We're safe for now. Just gotta be careful about everything. You'll continue on your journey and eventually make it back up to where you were going to be making your turn. Your turn there, because he's trying to like kind of stick with contours, it definitely seems like this area is affected by the flooding. It seems like an area where the water kind of channels down to that main stream you were kind of following along. So it is kind of like an indent in the desert. Or in the wasteland, but not so deep as the stream bed. Like the stream bed you were in, it of course kind of goes down like 15, 20 feet down into the stream bed that you kind of were just going along. This here, it's kind of just a little bit of a, like maybe like 5 feet down at most in comparison to the majority of like the, desert area. Eventually, though, you'll begin down this path. The next few days will pass relatively uneventful. You'll manage to certainly survive everything and push through it. Brain fart there, sorry.
Uh,
Are you doing everything as time passes? There you go.
I'd ask. I'm gonna ask Sandworm. So, what do you know about the creatures that have inhabited the veins of the world?
The outside is the desert. They seem after the same thing that the normal creatures that live here do. The energies from it. That seems to be kind of pouring out from that area. The vines is a scar in our world. It's what causes these giant creatures to exist in the desert, of course, as I've talked about before. So once again, it's doing the same thing. And they're just getting on it. I've not seen anything quite like them before. Never have. Well, I only got sight of, like, maybe one of them one time in that area. I didn't bother getting close after I heard some of the rumors for some of the other hunters. Seemed too dangerous. I wanted to keep
Very
things
well.
relatively safe to myself, too. There's, you don't want to get into trouble or bother with too much stuff if you don't need to in this kind of area. If you know what I mean. We've already had more close calls on this adventure than I've had in quite a while. Not that I haven't had days and trips that are this adventurous. I certainly have. Definitely can say that. I have ones that are more adventurous. I can tell you I had a time that we only saw 2 of those creatures fighting. I once saw it tussle with 5 of them. That was an unusual thing. Seen 5 of them get together like that. That was about 2 decades ago. I was a much younger man then. Again, these things don't happen often where you got these tussles, and most of the time when they occur, no one's around to see it. But when you do, it's a spectacular show. Dangerous one, but spectacular. You saw what it does around the area. So yeah. But, yeah, when you hear something's going on, you avoid it. And something's going on in the veins. That's why I avoid it. That's why I'm only getting you relatively close, not getting all the way there myself. I don't want to mess with things, so I don't need to.
Very well. I think what we decided was when we're a day out, I'm gonna message them.
Yeah. Alright.
Let us know when we're a day out.
Well, some more time will pass, and things will be, I'm not going to say uneventful, but at least less eventful than you've had now. Your encounters are far less dangerous and deadly, and you will approach that point in time where you were hoping to message them. Who are you going to message is the question.
Let me check this real fast. If I have to know the name or something specific, I'm gonna have to message them again. Ding. Send a short message, 25 words or less, to a creature with which you are familiar. If it hears a message in its mind, recognizes it as recognizes you as the sender. I'll just do this. Sender knows you and can answer in a like manner immediately. The spell enables the creature with an intelligence score of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message. You can send the message across any distance, even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a plane, a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. So, I'll talk with the others. So, what should we tell him?
Are we able to actually message him?
Yes, I can send him a message with magic.
Okay.
That's pretty sweet.
Try not to sound...
Don't say anything stupid or anything I wouldn't say.
We should probably just say, be aware we're coming with orders from Asmodeus. Is that too assuming?
That seems fine.
I suppose that's fine.
Worst case, we have to kill them.
Hopefully that's not the case.
I don't think we could, but whatever.
There are perhaps other things we could do if necessary.
Just try to be polite.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your 25 or less words?
Let's see. To discuss. Let's see. What do you think? We are coming to discuss a message from Asmodeus regarding your current escapades.
That's fine, I think.
Sounds official and fine enough.
Mm-hmm.
Does sound official enough. Okay. Just check something.
I really like when people use this spell, but they use too many words, so it just cuts off.
There was a Order of the Stick thing about that. I read Order of the Stick back in the day. I should read it again.
Dude, might still be
Thought
doing
about that
it.
in a long time.
I'm honestly surprised sometimes that when I will go back and be like, oh hey, this webcomic still exists. You know, oh
Yeah.
wow.
No, but there's this one thing where the guy was messaging me and he's got cut off, and then you see him doing it again with another scroll on the ground, and he had 5 scrolls by the end.
Good times. All the proper sending. So, yes, there will not be a response back.
Okay.
I don't know if they expected to right back.
Well, part of the reason I didn't say a time is so that because the smart thing would be to do it when we're coming, but not when we're a day out, meaning he might not be prepared for us to arrive tomorrow, but we did give him heads up, so he's not going to smite us on sight, hopefully. But we don't want him to be too prepared for us coming so he can smite us when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the idea was a day out, and not to be specific about timing.
Yeah. So you're technically about a day out, which if you asked him, Sandworm to let you know when you're about a day out, you want to check something magically, and he's like, magical stuff, that's just such weird superstition. Normally shamans deal with that kind of stuff around here. Strange folk he is. Well, that's alright. I don't mind. I'm not judgmental. You'll spend another evening with him, as, things are going by. And then, once the morning comes and you're ready to depart, he's going to be like, alright, there's still about 5 hours outside of where you need to be. But this is kind of the farthest I was going to plan to go anyway. Now, As you can see, there's a couple of there's a small hill formation over that way, with some nice rock formation. A little bit to the north. I'm gonna head over there and do some of my basic hunting. I got some things to take care of around there. So if you want to find me, that is where I shall be. Otherwise, I will leave you to your own devices. If you need some help on the return trip, let me know. I'm going to be there for probably, I'd say, about a week. I could also cut my trip short if you need an escort back. Just, you know, wanted to get some business done while I'm out here.
Mm-hmm.
Combine monies. Ready.
Reasonable.
It's more payment if I'm escorting you back. Right now, I've only been planning on taking you out there. So.
Very well.
Good luck to you. Hope you find what you need. Or you don't.
Well, if you don't hear from us in 5 days, do you think 5 days is good? Just assume we're dead.
I'm just going to assume if I don't hear from you within a week, you either are dead or found your own way out. If you found your own way out, well, say hi to me next time you're in the area. If you're dead,
Very well.
Sorry to hear about that.
We appreciate the help.
Glad I could. He's gonna head on his way. You know, he'll depart from you, leaving you to your own vehicle and kind of pointing you in the right direction. Already at this close to the vein of the world, especially Mishka, you and Vercel can feel there's something odd in the air. I'd almost say, like, you know, there's like a energy that's around you that you can sense differently because, like, Mishka, especially you with your druidic powers, you tap into something, but like Vercel, you can feel it to a degree too because you tap into like power sources. You're not dealing with, you know, you're dealing with external power sources to fuel your magic, so you can sense there's something here. Docs, even to a small degree, you can sense there's like a magic in the air at this point in time, a palpable one. It's not the same kind of feeling that they're getting, of course, but you still feel it. Are you going to just push on then from this point? Oh, did we freeze up again? I froze up again.
Yeah,
Battery.
seems like a break point, maybe.
Well, there we go. Froze up again. I was actually going to have a break point.
Oh.
Before everything froze up and kind of worked out there for a second. So yes, you kind of feel that energy, and now you can depart to your destination. The veins of the world are in front of you. Only a few hours away by your vehicle. Cross country.
Astrith, that's the one. That's the name.
Yes, Astrith is the one that you seek. And the one you message.
Yep.
Alright, so we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back. I think we're only going to have the one break today because we're going to go... We did start late with all the issues and stuff and things like that and getting it together, but at least we're playing today. We're probably going to go for, like, effectively a little bit more than 2 hours, so we're going to do our last hour. So if you need a drink, bathroom break, snack, go ahead and do that. We'll be back after our one break for today. So see you in a little bit, folks. Worm's here. Okay, that was his back. Alright, hey! We returned to our adventures. It took a little longer than I wanted, but we're back. I just had to help out the family a little bit. I was way late on my adventures in the household. So, yeah. A few hours will go by as you are going to approach, and again, that energy level is kind of palpable in the air. There's something like energetic about it. It doesn't feel unnatural, but it feels as though like it's like when you're in an area and it's like so permeated with something you can almost like taste it in the air. It's that kind of same thing where you kind of like taste the energy in the air around you, and it's surprisingly noticeable. Except there's just some kind of strange. It's a different kind of energy than any of you have really ever noticed before. It doesn't necessarily feel unnatural either, though. So it's a kind of it's definitely strange what you're feeling, but it's there, and kind of just again like a permeation of everything. After a few hours, and it kind of is like you feel like you're driving into this. I need another, I guess what we were using was stealth. Another stealth check from you, Vercel, with disadvantage.
Sorry, what was the roll again?
It's your driving check, so we were using your stealth, but with disadvantage.
I'm a little tuned Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Oop. Once you have a D something, I think it's a. I can actually just check. You have a D. Where the hell is it? You have a D8.
Okay.
So 16.
All right. So you'll kind of be driving along, and you'll like kind of like take a look out there and be like, "What the hell is that thing flying through the air?" You will jam on the brakes just in time as like kind of thwamming down in front of your car is like this almost like meteoritic strike of like dust and dirt, as a massive like seemingly reptilian red person is going to kind of be standing there and kind of lean down on your trunk and kind of just growl at you. Massive kind of bat wings on his back, horns, kind of like just like with just kind of like a little bit of like breath, kind of seems like almost kind of flames come out. I need a wisdom saving throw from everybody in the car, if you please.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So we're all in this one car now, right?
You're all in one car now.
Also, I'm going. Oh, sorry, that was still at disadvantage. This should have been.
And wisdom
That's
saving
fine.
throw, yeah.
Wisdom saving throw.
Hey.
Doc is not having a good day.
Also, I was going to say, guidance. Is guidance the one?
You would not be guidancing against this one.
Oh no, guidance is ability.
Yeah. All of you except for Mishka are probably pooping in your pants kind of thing at this kind of thing. It is just completely frightening beyond belief.
Right. Is there a thing for frightened in 5e? I don't remember.
There is.
Yes.
You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source.
Well, poor Docs.
Poor Docs.
Poor Doc. He's had a bad time in this country.
It has just not
Docs
been
has
great.
not enjoyed himself at all, man.
It has been a lot of just not niceness for poor Docs.
Docs will never come back to this country.
Probably not.
Can I roll determine what kind of creature this is?
Sure. I would think religion.
That sounds about right.
Yes.
Oh no, okay, I'm on normal. 25!
You certainly know that it is a pit fiend. It seems familiar as to one of the two that were accompanying the person that you were looking for earlier. Yeah, you stopped just in time. This thing would have just probably smashed right into your engine if you hadn't stopped in time. Mm-hmm.
We are here to speak to Astrith.
Quiet!
I shut up instantly,
Yeah.
as I am frightened.
Yeah. It's just going to kind of like bump into the car and kind of push it back with like thumps and kind of do that a couple of times. And it's like, foul beings here to spout our lords. Words, lies, and misdirections. Why would worthless weaklings, worms of the earth, have anything to say? Asterith is much more of a being of power and strength than you will ever understand, and your lies and misdirections will not be tolerated. I should just smote every last one of you where you tremble in your little boots. I mean, most of you are trembling.
Yep.
Mishka, do you want to do anything particular? You're not trembling.
Alright.
He told me to shut up, and I'm frightened, so I'm probably not going to say anything
No.
else unless...
What is this?
Even
What-
though I have more to say.
Man, if this was a nat 1 on my save, I would have just passed out.
I probably would whisper. But I probably would whisper, by the way, this is a pit fiend. Do not make it too angry.
Does Docs even know what that is?
Let me just throw this here in such a way that you might be able to see it quickly and
Let me
efficiently.
see what I can do. The thing is, I have no charisma either.
Well, you could try.
I can definitely try to.
Worst is you get a nat 1 and it kills us.
Yeah. And then we start our campaign all over again.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
we're back here. For
I threw
another year.
him into the Roll20 chat. Just
Let's
to,
see.
I'm just waiting for it to load.
there he is. Into the Roll20 on the board. He's over near Faerun, menacing it
Oh.
apparently.
Oh,
It's really large.
okay. Oh, okay.
As he takes up.
I see.
Oh yeah, this is a pit.
It's large.
I mean, he technically is quite large in game too. Granted, not as large as some of the creatures around here, because certainly there are very large creatures in this area. But you know, as like a hulking, you know, like freaking 12-foot tall monstrosity. You know.
Is there anything that that I know about this kind of like?
Roll religion.
Okay.
Can
No.
she get advantage? I was gonna say, can she get advantage for me telling her what it is?
Not really. I mean, we've kind of talked about them before, but not really talked about them before. So it's sort of like, it's kind of gargoyle-ish, massive black bat-like wings, huge fangs that drip with hissing green venom, and a whip-like tail.
Well, in this case, I guess it's just like kind of like, we're just here to talk. Asmodeus sent us. I don't remember what the exact reason Asmodeus was sending us for.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
God only knows.
It was to get oh god, I keep forgetting his
to
name.
get him to chill.
Quick Worm, his name.
So I'm not gonna mention.
Asterith.
Asterith to chill. Yeah, it was to get Asterith to chill
So I
out for
won't
a
mention
while.
that specifically because this man will probably not appreciate.
No.
We're just here to talk to Asterith. Have a conversation. We're not trying to fight or have any issues.
I was gonna roll something here. Roll something there. You are fools and deceivers, not true servants of our Lord. You profane that you are, but I can sense the truth in your trembled words. If you want to roll some persuasion, you could. So well that goes.
Oh,
How not well.
Nice.
Not well at all.
Trying to see if there's anything I can do. I can still make checks against it. Just a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Docs, in a very terrified voice, will be like, we're telling the truth, and also point to Thursday, who is a Airness.
Yeah.
I'm very devilish, aren't I? Oh, I'm so sexy in my shirt. So sexy in my shirt. Oh, yes, indeed. There you go.
Yep.
I guess so. Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Alright, I think I have this set up to just always roll that. 2 of them. Alright.
Oh.
Nice.
I'll kind of growl and like knock into the car a few times, denting the hood and like pushing you back like a good 3 or 4 feet each time it like kind of bashes into your car as you kind of just feel it like kind of this rumble back. Like honestly, it's kind of surprising, and you're like, is this thing gonna fall apart on top of us? You know, as he's kind of just bashing into the vehicle. He'll just kind of stare at you for a few moments, kind of looking you over. And then he'll kind of like grunt.
Can we take a step back? Because I actually wanted to discuss a plan with people. I just remembered before we got into this. But we can do it after this encounter.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like I would have discussed it like when we were arriving.
Okay.
Basically, a backup plan if we couldn't convince Astrith to stop his deeds.
Kind of
a dangerous backup plan, but a backup plan.
He'll kind of snarl a little bit, kind of like look at you very deeply, kind of like sneer, and then like kind of like a weak, so very weak. Well, pathetic little beings such as yourself. I'll give you your chance to hang yourself. Maybe to be entertaining, seeing a great lord like Astrid himself tear you asunder. That's to kind of like give like a kind of like fanged smile as you see like the green venom just drip from his fangs and like kind of drip to the ground with kind of like a little sizzle. I know, kind of like chortle in a very disturbing way, and my home is calling me, so I gotta answer this.
Nice.
Hello, what's up? Like 4 o'clock. I don't know where those go. Those are all the ones I don't know where they go. That's why I keep putting them there. Well, there's probably some I could get rid away. So. Bye. Okay, take care of. Did I mute myself? No, I didn't, because it wasn't a long conversation. Where was I at? He'll leave then.
Yeah.
He's just gonna take off. He's just gonna fly off into the distance.
So, the backup plan, if we can't backup plan, I just want to go over real fast. If we can't convince Astrith to leave things alone, we could deal with him more permanently if I banish him. Not only does it require, not only will it not guarantee to work and probably piss him off if it doesn't, but I need to hold the spell for a minute to banish him permanently.
Huh.
At which point things will probably attack us once I do it.
This is a rules check because I don't remember how polymorph works. I've seen a pit demon. Does that mean I can polymorph into one now? I don't remember if it works on those or if it's just animals.
You can. So I think polymorph works with kind of similarly. You basically can only polymorph into things equal to or lower than your level.
Yeah, I don't. That's things I don't remember about 5e.
Pit fiends, I'm pretty sure are like 15.
Yeah, I don't remember.
They are,
Maybe even
in
18.
fact, challenge 20.
Oh damn.
Okay, yeah. So no.
Cool. I just wanted to ask that because I don't remember how it works in 5e.
Mm-hmm. They're a big fat. Oh my god, no.
Yeah,
To
no,
find
that's why it's basically like. That's why it's like we have to find a way to survive for 6 rounds if I attempt to do this.
Mm-hmm. And there were 2 of them at a point in time that you did see. As part of his entourage.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, if I cast it at 5th level, I can do. Oh gosh, what is that? I could technically cast it on 2 of them, as Astrith and a Pit Fiend, but still, it's not the best idea I've ever had, but it's one that might come down to it if our goal is to is to get him to stop. This is only if he outright refuses, though. I doubt we'll need to go this far.
Well, that's a better plan than we have currently. If something goes bad.
It's better than nothing, I suppose.
Oh, we're doomed. It's fine.
And Thursday was such a doomer.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll probably survive through some kind of sheer bits of luck and gumption. And I'll tell all of your tales. Don't worry about it. Luck and gumption. All right. Well, you can do.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can polymorph something else into something that's equal to or lower than the target's level. So, or challenge rating.
Yes,
Yeah, I could also do that.
Uh-huh.
You want to try and polymorph a Pit Fiend? That
I
could work.
I could try it. If you banish 2 of them, I could polymorph the other into like a
Do
bee.
you have any dishes?
No. Oh, yeah, I do. I got this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I think Lightning says there's a size limit. I think as well.
Yeah, I don't play spellcasters in 5e very often.
It's a random batch for me.
Polymorph doesn't have the size limit that normally one does. I think.
I mean, I will be playing a spellcaster, but that's will be in 5e. But that's an entirely different story. And off stream.
Ooh.
Look, I might be never forgetting because I'm going to be playing a Luxodon Druid. It's an elephant man. He never forgets.
Just a big elephant, man.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, like, I was talking about, like, a Gorn character in Star Trek, and yesterday I found out they're 3 meters tall. They're big boys.
What's that quote from Futurama where the evil zookeeper guy's an elephant's like, who never forgets to kill?
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's no size limit.
Yeah, the spell just says CR limit.
Oh, that's right. The
Yeah,
zookeeper
it's just
from
CR,
the
not
bad
size.
superhero episode, or the good superhero
So,
episode.
The super-
Bad
I just wanted to,
superheroes,
I just
not
wanted to
like
go
bad.
over a very, very bad backup plan.
Okay,
One
great.
that
Well,
will
hey.
certainly get us killed,
Oh,
but
Mhm.
is a backup plan.
Hey, if you banish, Docs will try to polymorph, and if it fails, we all die together.
Yeah.
And we don't accidentally unleash whatever horrible thing this sword wants to do.
Probably.
Lord wants to do?
Oh yeah, the sword is evil. This thing's telling Docs to do a lot of bad things.
It is. And Doc has this strange urge to listen to it.
Yeah. Who
Good.
knows? Who knows why?
Who knows why? It's just so
Hmm.
weird. Why does the docs? I don't know.
Who knows?
No reason. No reason beyond many ones rolled on charisma saves.
We got many failed natural 1 charisma saves. It's fine. Don't worry
Anyway,
about
just
it.
wanted to go over that. So, let's continue, though.
Yes. All right. Well, you continue your adventures to where you are aiming to be at, to the vein.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the veins of the world. Once you arrive and get close to them, you can tell that this is a massive kind of chasm into the earth. It is quite obvious, and even now, like as you've been feeling the energy before, now it is almost overpowering. You feel this kind of like energy that seems to just be kind of like permeating everything around you, and just like it's almost palpable. Like you can see these almost like sparks of like would basically be described as magical energy, like floating through the air, coming out from the area all around you, kind of just permeating into the air, kind of just like floating and what's a great way to say it? Like wisping. That's the one I wanted. Wisping. You can taste, all of you now can certainly like almost have that kind of like they taste the magic that is all around you, and it just is intense. It just is a intensity that you weren't expecting. It's nauseating in a way too, the energy around you. Certainly it is having an effect on all of you, just being like, oh god, what is this going on here? Like you could feel it before, but now it just kind of just flows into you in such a way. Still, nonetheless, you are presumed with a marking that seems to be this massive cavern that spreads for miles. As you kind of like look over the one side and look down into it, you can see that like the chasm goes down an unusually like insane amount of distance. It seems to all kind of like culminate. So there are like edges and like jutbacks and places where like there's little like cracks and crevices in the side of this massive gaping hole that it kind of looks like something just kind of stabbed into the earth. It goes down to who knows how the hell deep. Like, it goes beyond your sight. It goes so deep. The sun doesn't even, like, permeate that far down, as, like, it seems though the energy that's kind of crackling up interferes with your ability to kind of see it in a way. You can see that there seems to be some form of set of structures built into the side nearby there. You can see that there's actually various different structures that seem to be of different ages. Some of them seem very like I would call them traditional in a way. They look like something that you would have in a like ancient like druidic places, like very natural, made of woods and stuff that seem to be on the edges with like kind of scaffolding that kind of leads down. Other structures that are made of stone. Of course, you can also see that there seems to be a group of spined devils kind of flying about, fluttering around one area of them. The way down, that's going to be up to you to determine, because it looks like nothing's coming to assist you. And a lot of these things just, well, fly. So they don't have to worry about getting down to it. But you are on the edge of the world, looking down into it. And it is a chasm that is just brimming with a kind of strange energy that just... It's... For now, you're all right, but you definitely feel like... You're not enjoying the exposure to this. That's the best way of saying it. Um.
Well, getting down is. Does anyone have Featherfall?
I'm trying
No.
to see what kind of flying monster I could turn into.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I can turn into things, but I don't know if I can turn into anything good enough that will
Are you a moon or a
Hell?
land druid?
a moon, I think. Yeah, moon because I have bears and stuff.
Level 5, right? And I forget. Somewhere in that range. Or level 10. Okay.
Yeah, we're level 10.
So level 5, a creature.
I can also
And
Also-
it can fly.
Is there a way I can just
Mhm.
like filter this with flying?
Unfortunately,
I'm just looking at a big list of monsters. It doesn't have a flying.
I can also wild shape into devils, but I don't know if those help too much.
there might be one. Oh, kitty.
Hear my cats?
Like, you can become a barbed devil, but that doesn't. I don't know if that helps you because I don't know if they fly. Off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Barbed did.
I'm just taking trying to look at this list to see if there's something that stands out as it could fly. Because I'm looking at creatures by Syar.
I mean, theoretically, I can use speak with animals and try to convince an animal to help us down.
You could try to convince something. That's true. It's not impossible to convince something to do that.
I have pretty good animal handling.
It's just like I don't know what Docs has seen because Docs has only been in this a character in this game for like
Mhm.
10 sessions max.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could name something and I could say whether or not...
I don't know. Has Docs seen like a spined devil? I think I remember those are flying creatures. Could float on
Climbing
down.
could also help.
Yeah, or like a climbing creature or something. Just I also don't know half the 5e monsters.
Yeah.
That's always a good question. Where are you? Spined devil. You might like spine devil. I could maybe pass.
Because I think it's a CR2 monster. Or something like
Yes.
that. I know they're not particularly strong because I had to fight them in Curse of Strahd once.
I mean, you do technically have an airness that can fly.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so
carry
like, Jess-
someone
Jess-
down.
Jess is fine. But
Mhm.
that's also if the DM decides. Strong enough, but
I mean, I'm sure
devil.
she could carry someone on adventures.
Doc is probably the lightest person in this party. Because
I'm probably the heaviest.
he's a tiny man. Tiny shape-changing man.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
weigh 218 pounds.
If I can turn into something that can carry Marcel, that can help. Or we can find an animal nearby.
I think Thursday could carry someone. Mishka can turn into something that flies that's smaller. And if Docs could polymorph into something that could fly on their own, then Vercel could be lifted by Thursday.
Bone devils are CR9 and large and can fly.
They just probably also just polymorph into like a bird. Just a standard bird and flap down.
Yeah, so if Thursday carries Vercel down, we can turn into little
Problem
things.
though, I think can I end polymorph early? That's the problem.
You what?
I don't know if I can end polymorph early or not.
Oh.
That depends on it.
I can post it.
Yeah, why don't you put it up there?
Have a read through it because I'm not sure if I can actually end this spell early or not.
It is concentration, so the answer is yes.
Oh, so I can just stop concentrating.
Oh, cool.
Okay, yeah, I'll just
Yep.
polymorph myself into a small flying creature and fly down when
Alright.
I'm ready.
So the two of you can change into flying things. The third one
Yeah.
can fly and lift the lizard folk. And that's kind of where we're.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you have way down. You're gonna head
Yes.
for like the strange stone structures on the side where the devils all seem to be congregating around.
Done my spell slot.
I suppose that would be the place to go, right? Is there somewhere else?
Tweet.
I mean, funny enough, I'm pretty sure polymorph is more powerful when it comes to what size creatures you can turn into than wild shape.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Polymorph is allocating a
between
spell
us, we
slot.
get down. That's true.
So, yeah. All right. I feel like this is not a bad time to end it before you head down in there, because that'll be probably big opening, big scene, and maybe getting. Hopefully, Jess will be feeling better next week, and we'll finally be like on medication that doesn't mess her up, completely.
Yeah.
And therefore will be able to join us. So it's. I mean, we have only gone. We've gone for about 2 hours since I went live originally, anyway. So. It's not a bad spot, I don't think. So why don't we end it here a little early, but definitely I think this is an appropriate time to, as you prepare yourself to fly down into the veins of the world to confront a powerful devil and his entourage about doing a little too much deviling, and
Sure, it'll be fine.
should
Yeah,
be
it'll be fine. It's true. Easy.
So, yep. Yeah, definitely see how that goes. But we'll end it here.
Eat a heart, finally.
Yeah, maybe devour a heart, tear it out of their chest as they're still beating, and eat it.
Nice.
Also, there is technically a backup plan if banishment fails.
Mm-hmm.
Dispel evil can apparently do the same thing. The only difference between banishment and dispel evil is banishment you have to hold it for a minute for them to be fully banished. Dispel, it does it instantly, except you have to touch them.
Mm-hmm.
It's touch versus range.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So banishment is, even though holding it for a minute is tough, I'd rather have a 60-foot range for the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's hit counterclockwise today for giving shout-outs. We'll start with Jinxx. Jinxx.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, we're doing...
I heard you start with, and then it cut off
Oh, probably just issues that have been happening and plaguing me.
Tech problems are fine.
there. Yeah! I'm Jinxx Jams on Twitch and Twitter. I'll probably be streaming either later tonight or tomorrow. I've been doing GTA RP again, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Worm.
I'm Diamondworm. You can find me on twitch.tv/Diamondworm or at Diamondworm on Twitter. That's Worm spelled W-I-R-M. You can, I'll be streaming. I've pretty much been streaming on Saturdays at this point. I still might also start streaming on Thursdays as well, but Saturdays have been more consistent and easier for me.
Mm-hmm. All right, and of course, Momo.
Hello, Momo Shu on Twitch, Shu on Twitter. I sometimes stream. I've been getting a little back into it. Mostly Metroidvanias is what I deal in nowadays. So, yeah, might stream this week. I don't know yet.
Okay. As for myself, Dracovin, you can find me here most days. If you're looking for more RPGs to start out with, tomorrow will hopefully be Legacies of Kain, the Vampire the Masquerade role-playing game. That'll be fun if we can have it on schedule and stuff. Also this week will hopefully be Children of Wrath on Thursday, D&D 5e set in the Magic Gathering world of Dominaria. If you're looking for more RPG or just gaming streams, I'll probably do some Stardew at some point in time. I will get back to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and there's probably a third game I will add to the list, but I don't know when it's going to be or when it's going to be that one. But, I tend to stream sort of randomly when I have extra time on time, so I don't know if I'll do any more streaming today. Depends on what's going on. At very least, I'll probably stream some tomorrow. Legacies of Kain, and maybe some Stardew if I've got time tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, thanks everyone who joined us today. I know it's not been a huge session here, a lot of issues and stuff, but this is our kind of coming back session, where we actually, like, after like a month off, are kind of back into it, and hopefully we'll have a regular schedule again and not have to worry about issues. Yay, issues! They're so wonderful. Yay. Yes. So everybody have a great rest of your Tuesday. Hopefully you can join. Or Monday. God, it's Monday.
Yeah, it is Monday.
It's Monday.
I never know what day of the week it is until we're actually like on that day, and then I'm like, what do we have today? What's the schedule? What day of the week is that?
Something's happening.
What year is it?
What year is it? I will probably claim it's 2020 for like a while before I remember that it's always 21. Me remembering stuff, not good.
I'm literally always thinking that like 2019 was like last year. I'm just like, what's wrong?
Feels like it so much.
Funny enough, I normally have that problem, but this year I've been fine with it.
To be fair, I haven't really been thinking about what year it is, more as how am I existing in this moment? Like, am I alive? I guess so.
Kind of.
Working on it.
Felt a heartbeat today, so we're good.
Yeah.
So
it's not a dream this time.
I'm gonna have us pop off. Again, thanks for joining. See you next time. Farewell, everybody. Bye.
Bye.